Welcome back. Happy Sunday, guys. Here we are for another weekly tarot forecast. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for waiting as I am always late, but I have good reason for being late this time. So I was doing Taurus mid-February reading and Libra's mid-February reading, and I don't know, I kind of got lost in the reading and I lost what time it was, but I'm trying to get all of the 12 zodiac signs out um, before hopefully midweek. So I've got 6 out today. I'll have 2 more out, and then I'll do the other 4 sometime this upcoming week. So be patient with me. Thank you. I've had a really crazy week. Usually I like to get all 12 out, like 2 a day within 1 week, but this past week has thrown me some curveballs, y'all. So um they'll be out. Long story short, they'll be out. Don't worry, darlings. But welcome. What's up, guys? So I'm gonna let the room fill up and just kind of chat with you guys for a moment to make sure my stream is okay. Let me know like if I'm buffering or like what it looks like. Also, I got my hair did this weekend. Yeah. I love my hairstylist because the girl who does my hair is also like really cool and my friend. And I have had her over to my house and done some private readings for her and her friend. And she's like totally into what I'm into. So every time I go get my hair done, it's more like hanging out with my friends than anything. But she does a great job. And if you're in the area I live in and you're looking for a hairstylist, shoot me an email and I'll give you her information. And if you've been following me, then you know where I'm located, right? But yeah, I like my hair dark. And honestly, it would be always dark, but I get really lazy. And so I let it go like way too long in between colorings. But yeah, I should be better about it, but I'm not. Whatever. So anyways, if you don't know how this works, if you are new to me, I'm going to chat with you guys, let you know about my week and the energies that I've been feeling. Maybe you've been feeling them too. We're all connected. So usually we are going through things at similar times. So chat about that for about 10 minutes. If you don't like that portion, you can come back in 10 minutes. If you're watching the replay, you can click straight on the timestamps below in the comment section. Otherwise, what's up, guys? How was your week? Was it lovely? We're in a retrograde right now, so not my favorites, but necessary, right? There might be a lot of obstacles, challenges, that type of stuff going on. It's a lot of past issues being brought up as well during this time frame. I actually had a pretty good week, but I did have like unexpected changes to my schedule, hence why I didn't get all the 12 readings out yet. And I just felt not sick, but really, really, really low energy. Friday, Saturday. Today is starting to lift, but like you could see, like I still look tired, right? Even though I went to bed super early last night and I was a good girl, because I wasn't feeling good. So, whatever. I'm hoping to come out of that energy this week. Oh, Carmen, I did not call you a jerk. Okay, I did. But it was in jest. Sorry, reading your chats. So yeah, tell me how you guys have been feeling. Oh, you got sick this past week? It's been going around, and like it's flu season for one, which ew. I try to avoid germs at all costs. And I'm a nurse, you guys know that. So I'm always like keeping hand sanitizer in my purse. Like at work, I won't even open the door with my bare hand. I always like pull my sleeve up and then I'll open it with my sleeve because I'm a germaphobe. Like if any of the people I work with are sick, I'm like, stay away. Lysol, 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 Lysol. It's like if you've ever worked in a hospital environment, you have to sanitize your hands like when you enter and when you leave a room. So like you'll be sanitizing your hands like 100 freaking times a day. And so you get used to that mentality. So even though I don't work in the hospital anymore and I haven't in years because I'm on a different side, I'm on the corporate side of nursing now, but it gets like ingrained into your brain to wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. So yeah, I always have hand sanitizer. But it's going around. But I don't think it's just like physical illness. It's energetic right now as well. So like energetically, things feel like slowed down. You know what I'm saying? So like you probably have felt changes in your energy levels, maybe from really high when the Leo moon was here to like kind of decreasing over the past week or so. Or you may feel that over the next week or two. And I think we're connected to the stars planetarily, astrologically, believe it or not. And so when there's shifts like that, you feel it. If you're in tune, if you're in the flow, then you feel it, right? But yeah, I have no idea where I was going with that. Just random. Anyways, I had a lot of unexpected last week. And I try to distance myself from being in my readings, meaning like when I do a reading for my zodiac sign, it's impossible for me not to relate. And any reader who says that they don't interject self into their readings, that would be an impossibility, because this is the vehicle that I use to interpret. So I'm going to have my own self interjected into the readings, whether it's for my sign or any of the zodiac signs to some degree or another. But I do try to stay unbiased. But sometimes when I do a reading and it's for my sign and then like literally it happens to me 3 days later, I can't help but to go back and watch my own dang reading and be like, dang. And the Aquarius reading was about not letting someone have it because it was going to be really, really tempting to do that. And that literally happened for me. But I want you guys to know, I did not let that person have it. In fact, I stayed quiet and I stayed calm and I nodded my head. And I knew this person was trying to manipulate the situation. I knew they were trying to get under my skin, but I just acted dumb. Like, like I pretended like I didn't know that they were manipulating me. Like, oh, okay. Play dumb. It worked. It de-escalated the situation very quickly because they had nothing to argue with. They were looking for an argument, trying to get that out of me, like saying certain things and giving me certain looks, and I didn't give into it. So, yay. Other Aquariuses, if you experience that, I hope you were able to do that because it's empowering. Empowering. Yeah. Don't let people take you there because you have control over that. Okay. And I'm a Gemini rising BBAB, so that took a lot for me to do that. But as I get older, I get better at that. Like, I just don't want to have anything to do with it. When I was younger, I would definitely rip someone's head off with my words or definitely, go toe to toe. But I always ended up regretting it. And I think that's why I don't do it anymore. I can't say I never do it, but it takes a lot for me to go there. But I really try not to, because like my younger self, like my teenage years, maybe early 20s, I used to just, whatever I thought, I said it, you know. I don't care about your feelings. I don't care what you think, blah, blah, blah. I'm triple air, right? But it never made me feel good about myself by doing that. It really didn't. It made me feel disappointed in myself. I usually always ended up regretting what I said, you know, because generally it was coming from a place of hurt, which hurt derives from love. So I just learned the hard way over time that actually being savage like that is not, it doesn't get you what you want ever in life. It just brings you more heartache, right? So I don't participate in that. I try really hard not to. Anyways, that was kind of my week. Wanted to share that with you guys. But yes, I did literally have someone, it was more in the work career arena, that tried to really take it there, and I see right through this person, so I just smile and nod, smile, nod, smile, nod. But yeah. Anyways, we're 10 minutes in. I can talk to you guys all day. If you like to hear me blab, you can check me out on my other YouTube, which I just changed the name of. It's now And Deep Thoughts with Dana. So check me out over there. If you like to talk to me, I talk a lot over there about just random things that are on my mind. Also check out my Facebook and Instagram, y'all. And we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to do all the zodiac signs, Aries through Pisces. Start with Aries. I go in the order of Aries through Pisces. And I was using these cards earlier, and I was kind of feeling them. They were doing what I needed them to do, so I'm going to keep using those. And for clarifiers, I think this is the Gilded Tarot. This is my oldest tarot deck. It's like falling apart. Can you see how decrepit these cards are right now? I've been meaning to get to the bookstore and buy new cards because I desperately need new cards. But I didn't have any energy to do anything this weekend, so maybe this week I will. Okay. So I already saged, so I'm not going to sage. Thank you guys for joining me. Got 151 in here. That's a great start. Also, I just want to point this out. I love to play with my hair, and I noticed earlier that, look at, I have a hole in my shirt. And it's one of my favorite shirts. I could have easily changed into a different shirt, but I love this shirt. And Carl was like, just don't raise your hand up and point it out. And I'm like, what's the first thing I do as I point it out? Look at that. I got a hole in my shirt. So I don't care. I know it's there. Don't judge me. I'll probably sew it and still keep this shirt because I'm a creature of habit. What can you do? I'm going to try not to raise this arm up, though, so y'all don't have to see my armpit. Okay. Aries. That's so unbecoming of me to do that. To wear a shirt with holes in it. And y'all, I bet I bought this shirt like 10 years ago. I don't get rid of anything. If I still fit in it and I like it, I'll just wear it. I don't care. Whatever. All right, Aries. Let's see how you're doing. So, first card out for you, Aries, is Trine, which is the flow. Okay, so I love that energy. That's one of my favorite cards in this deck. So this is like wanting more harmony in your life, wanting more energy. Some of you might get your energy back this week if you've been feeling a lack thereof. It's like wanting to dive into things that are enjoyable, that bring ease to your life. You know, you might be in the flow this upcoming week. Okay. And so I was actually just talking to a friend of mine about the difference between being out of the flow and in the flow. Okay. And, you know, I was saying when you're in the flow, Aries, it's like things just come to you naturally. You don't really have to exert effort. It's just like it just happens to be the right time. Or it's just like that offer comes through at just the right moment. Or, it's just like things flow naturally and it's a wonderful feeling. And generally, when we're in the flow, is when we are understanding that the bigger purpose, when we're tapping into our higher self, when we are not pushing against or resisting changes that need to happen in particular, when we aren't entertaining people that are not in our highest good, when we're letting that energy go, then you can go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. And then you have the Six of Cups here, which is support. Now, in this deck, it talks about support. So I feel like the energy is supporting you during this upcoming week. Nice, right? It's nice to have universal support. And when you're in the flow, you really do have the support, right? But also the Six of Cups talks to me about the past, and we are in a retrograde right now. So this could be, you know, people that you have past history with that are being supportive of you. For some of you, your children, or you, they. For some of you, it's like when you get into the flow, you can release the past. So there's a lot of different ways that I can see this energy here. So I'm going to pull more cards and see where we're going with this. For my Aries. The Hangman, the Chariot, the Queen of Pentacles. I only wanted 3 cards, but look what stuck its ugly head out. The Devil. Now, some of you are simply dealing with the Capricorn. And Capricorn, I am so sorry you're represented by the Devil in Tarot. I feel bad for you guys. So let me point out the fact that this could simply just be a Capricorn you're dealing with. But for others of you, it's going to represent the energy of the Devil. So you'll know. There's an energy here, Aries, of things kind of being at a pause. The Hanged Man is seeing things from a different angle. It's kind of gaining enlightenment. It's like, well, I'm not going to move forward until I feel like I'm ready to. And it's kind of the opposite of what I was talking about. So I do feel that some of you are coming out of maybe a stage where you were kind of holding back, or where you were maybe even resisting change for some of you. And then this week you're kind of going forward in a very big way. So I think you're definitely going to have movement here, and you're being supported in that. Okay, because the Chariot is fast movement forward. And to me, the Chariot does represent the flow. Okay. But you have a blockage here. Some of you, it's your own way of thinking that's blocking you. Feeling like you're bound and attached. Feeling like you're obligated when you're not obligated. And we do this a lot in life. Feeling like, well, I want to move forward with that, but I must do this first. Or, you know, what will people think of me if I do that? Or I'm obligated here, so I need to fulfill that commitment. Therefore, I can't, you know, and we place those barriers where there truly is none. Now, some of you, it's because that's where your morals lie. Like morally, you won't move forward with something unless you feel that it is in your highest good. And in that case, that would be a very mature way to go about this. But for others of you, it's allowing external people or negative thinking make you feel like you cannot go forward, when in all actuality, it is nothing but an illusion of your mind. So there's two different sets of you here. This is saying reconnect with the things that make you feel stable this week, Aries. Am I back? Sorry, guys. Let me know when I'm back and when I'm connected again and when you can see me. And then also let me know where I ended, because I think I was talking for a while. I hate that. So I don't like to go live in this room. Hey, Shaylee. Okay, what card did I end on? Queen of Pentacles. All right. So, like I said, I feel like for a lot of you, this is asking you to stay more grounded, stay focused on nurturing the things that bring you value. For a lot of you, it's going to be career and money. But for others of you, I did get specifically the mother, or maybe some of you are a mother or something to deal with that. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, I saw movement forward only for those dealing with the Capricorn. Even though there might have been a sense of defeat around this situation, I see movement forward there for whatever that means. Now, for the rest of you that aren't dealing with a Capricorn, then I feel like there's a blockage here of the Five of Swords, which is petty conflicts to me, negative thinking, getting stuck in your head. Don't do that. That would be resisting the flow, right? That would be resisting this harmonizing energy that's wanting to come through for you. What's the Hanged Man? The Hanged Man is the Queen of Cups, Page of Pentacles. So I think that emotionally, Aries, there's a lot of growth potential here. Some of you, there's new potentials within the emotional love sector. If you're dealing with a water sign, they see potential here, but there's a pause. There's a needing to see it from all different angles. Okay, so it's like, what is getting in the way here? Because this is frustrating me. You have emotional growth, the flow. You have all the support you need. Emotionally feeling supportive or having that available to you. And then there's this devil energy and the Five of Swords right smack dab in the middle of it. And I think for a lot of you, it's yourself getting in your own way this week. But for others of you, it's literally a person that's blocking movement forward. They may be very toxic. They may like to have the upper hand. You may be trying to have emotional growth here, but it's like you can't win. You don't do nothing right. They always see the wrong. For some of you, it is your mother. For others of you, it's simply just like someone that you feel you need to mother or father if you're a female or a male, something like that. Oh my gosh, I don't want all these cards. Great. So I have Eight of Cups, Nine of Wands. Now I'm paranoid that I'm going to lose my Wi-Fi, and I don't like to look up when I'm reading because it distracts me. Okay, so over the Queen of Pentacles, there's Eight of Cups, Nine of Wands, the Death card, Ace of Cups. This is a full-on reading for you, Aries. I didn't mean to get that many cards out, and I can't do that for all the zodiac signs, or we'll be here 10 hours, but Yeah, there's a sense of walking away here, keeping your defenses up. Very, very, very analytical. Some of you are very protective over your emotional growth, and that's what it is. Because you have someone here that has the potential to throw you off your game, maybe, or throw you out of the flow, maybe. And that's where the protectiveness is. That's where that almost closed off energy is coming from. You know, because I feel like you want change or transformation, and it's all more to do with your emotional well-being and your emotional growth this upcoming week. If specifically dealing with a Scorpio, I feel someone's walked away, they've got their defenses up, yet there's still love here. You know, and I have a lot of different zodiac signs out. But Capricorn and Scorpio are highlighted, and Cancer and Earth. It's just this sense of, yeah, moving forward, but not really. You're protecting your own growth, Aries. That's what I feel like. You're protecting your own growth. It's like, come on. I could get lost in this reading because there's a lot of, first of all, there's a lot of energy on the table. And it's a mixed bag. So you might have a mixed bag this week. Good things coming through here. Potential growth opportunities here. For some of you, travel. For others of you, just movement forward. But then there's also like barriers to that, or a person that's trying to block that. You know, but towards the end of the week, there's going to be change regardless, because it's time, and I feel like there's a shift coming here to put you in the flow of what emotionally serves you. Some of you, new love or renewed love, okay? All right, so like I said, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces is highlighted, Capricorn is highlighted, Virgo, Taurus, Libra. Those are the predominant zodiac signs I see, but it can be any zodiac sign because it is a general reading. Interesting. It's going to be a complex week. Okay. So Aries, just go with the flow, baby. Go with the flow. And you know what? Aquarius got that in their reading last week. And it was a complex week for me as an Aquarius. But I went with the flow and everything turned out just fine. So I think like that's a similar message now for Aries here. Some of you certainly could be dealing with Aquarius. All right. So now we're going to go to Taurus. Taurus. Hold on, I gotta acknowledge this comment. El Tejano, I don't know how you say that. He said, whenever I want to tell my future, I just consult my magic 8-ball. Well, I got a surprise for you. Oh, I got a big surprise for you. You want to know what it is? Will Tejano consult his magic 8-ball today? Oh, it says yes. I got one too. One of my moderators, Southern RN, bought this for me for situations like this. So I may also consult my magic 8-ball. Thank you. She got it for me as a gag gift. But honestly, I have more fun with this than anything because I'm like a big kid, right? It says, what's it say? Oh, I can't see it. It is to be decidedly so. You may rely on it. For the really important questions, I get that out. So anyways, I'm just poking fun at you. But I thought that was funny. I saw an opportunity and I grabbed it. Okay. Anyways, Taurus. Whew. The sun is not out today, and I don't like that. It makes me feel depressed. But I'm happy to have all of you here with me. This makes me feel better. All right, Taurus. I actually just got done doing your mid-February check-in. Really interesting read. Check it out. It should be up later today. Good vibes. I felt some pretty good vibes there in your energy, Taurus. So we'll see. So for my Tauruses, overall vibes is highlighting the 4th house here, which is about your family, your home, your comfort zone, which is so funny because that's exactly the message I got in the mid-February. Go check it out. When I post it, it'll be posted later. But yeah, it's about your inner world, self-care, rejuvenation, your habits, kind of wanting to shell off, wanting some time to yourself, wanting time to rejuvenate your soul. And honestly, I don't want to tell you everything in the mid-February because I want you to go watch it. But it was a big, big message about your well-being, taking time out for your well-being, particularly towards like end of February going into March. So let's see what the supporting energy is. The star showed up twice in your mid-February reading, so please go check it out when I post it later today. So this is all about healing. This is almost the exact same message. So I think it starts this week. What I felt this morning when I did the reading. This is all about gaining hope, restoration of your body, of your well-being, of your mental state. Really reaching for internal healing as well. And this could be going on within, like I said, your self-care, your family, or your home. It's like a rejuvenation type of vibe. So I really love that for you, Taurus. Some of you could be dealing with the sign of Aquarius this week. You might have that in your chart as well. Just depends. Or it's just the energy influencing you. So let's see. Oh, no way. Some of you are definitely dealing with Aquarius. What are the odds of that? Because I'm telling you, it's going to blow your mind when you go watch your Taurus reading. And I haven't put it up yet, but seriously, these are almost the same cards. So you have the star card here, the 8 of Wands, the Sun, and then, just to make it a little interesting, the 7 of Wands. What's up with that? So I feel like there's definitely, for some of you, there's communication or news coming through that you've really been hoping for, and it makes you very happy this week. So yay. I mean, that point blank period. I don't know why you've got your guard up. Maybe you feel the need to protect this. Some of you, that's what it is. Because Taurus, naturally as the bull, you are very protective of things that bring you hope. You're very protective over people you care about. It's a natural part of being a Taurus. Some of you have done a lot of internal healing, really made your inner home or your literal home, your sanctuary, where you find your happiness, and you will protect that at any cost. For others of you, you might have, I don't even want to clarify, but I'm going to because this is so out of place. I see a more of protection, but there could be somebody on the defense here. The energy is so good, though. Why? It's like moving from Some of you are moving from like something you hoped for and then communicating it into a more tangible reality this week, whether that's career, home, family, love, and you're very protective over it. What's this? Ace of Swords. Protective over the truth? This reading is blowing my mind right now. I'm sorry. I don't mean to like do a dramatic pause, but I really have to think about this one. Three of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. So I wanted to know, what's the protection about? And you have the Ace of Swords, Three of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. So Taurus, I feel like, there's new information here. There's a light being shown on something that brings you enlightenment, that brings you movement forward and cooperation. And like you have maybe a naysayer here. Or the way that the communication comes at you, you're like, chill out with that, So, and this is almost identical to the mid-February reading. I felt that Taurus, you were in this space where you really wanted time to yourself, or you needed time to yourself to replenish your own well-being. And that some of you felt really guilty about doing that because maybe there's other people depending on you, or you have obligations, you have prior commitments. And we do this to ourselves, as adults. We push ourselves when we know we shouldn't push ourselves because we don't want to let other people down, right? But sometimes you need that time out for your well-being. And I saw you doing that. But I also saw that you kind of had a person or more than one person kind of coming at you with their BS. And I feel like, Taurus, you're in the spot where you're like, back off. I need time alone, or I need time to heal myself, or like, I'm not dealing with that right now. It's kind of similar to Aries reading, where you were being encouraged to distance yourself in those situations. But I also feel like because of the healing, that's energy that's here, and the positive energy that's here, if there is somebody trying to intercede with that this week, they're going to get a hard no. Or it's not going to affect your balance because you're in a space where you're not going to allow that. That's what I feel here. And of course, that can be vice versa. Okay, so that could be someone you're dealing with feeling that way. But it's a pretty straightforward message. And if this is resonating and you want to hear it go more in depth, then watch the 20-minute reading that will be posted today for Taurus, because this is exactly how that reading started. Almost the same cards and everything. So Aquarius energy here, Leo energy, Libra, Gemini, possibly. I felt Aries as well. Could be Sagittarius. Those are the predominant energies I'm seeing. Can be any zodiac sign though. So, Gemini. Hold on, let me check my chat for a moment. I see some deleted messages here. Oh, geez. Sorry, I'm trying to kick someone out of the chat, but it won't let me. Okay. And done. So, oh my gosh. They don't make it easy. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. What messages usually get deleted? Oh, people type all kinds of crazy things. Sometimes it's like, I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to why people post the things that they post. This person in particular is posting religious scripture, which I am not offended by, because I think everybody has the right to believe in whatever they believe in, and I support that. But they're using it in a way to demean what I'm doing, because they think that what I'm doing is in odds of their beliefs, which, if they really thought about it, if your beliefs were that strong, you wouldn't be so easily intimidated by people who have beliefs that differ from yours. And also, you wouldn't be on a tarot reading. So as opposed to deal with it like I just did, I just delete them. I'm not going to debate. I'm not going to debate. And on my other YouTube, I post my thoughts on spirituality, and sometimes people like them, sometimes they don't, but I won't ever debate with you in the comment section, because you have the right to believe what you want to believe. But I'm also, I don't feel the need to explain myself, because I also have that same right. Right? So, but that's not, people post all kinds of crazy stuff, You just gotta ignore it. All right, so Gemini, sorry. Gemini. Gemini. Oh. Scorpio energy, Gemini. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio. Could have that somewhere in your birth chart. And or it's just the influencing vibes around you this upcoming week. This is a very intense energy, Gemini. It is intensely passionate on the positive side. It also brings about a lot of transformation. It can be kind of a lust energy. It can be a very mysterious energy, a very regenerative energy. Now, on the negative side, obviously, this can be obsession. This could be compulsion. It could be a very destructive and manipulative energy. So you could be dealing with someone like that, okay? And or you could be tempted to go into that maybe more shadow part of yourself and accidentally disconnect with your spirituality. So all of these cards are in the upright, so I find it very interesting. Oh, there's one that's not. Okay, maybe not. Uh-oh. So anyways, yeah, there's a few. I always put my cards in the upright, but this one came up in the reverse. And in this deck, the Knight of Cups is talking about spirituality in the reverse. So this is to me like a caution about going into your more ego side. We all live through our ego. It's necessary part of being human. But this is saying like, going too far into it, or you could be dealing with a person that is disconnected from their spiritual self this upcoming week, and there might be some lessons around that. All right. For others of you, the Knight of Cups is just like being not emotionally available, or someone may not be emotionally available towards you for whatever reason. Let's see. Three of Swords. And then I wanted 3 cards. I got a million. Great. So, Three of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, the Chariot, the Knight of Pentacles, the Two of Cups. This is an interesting week, okay? I'm going to be on here for like ever. I'm only on Gemini, and Aries had a complex reading, Taurus had a complex reading, now Gemini you. What's the deal? So Gemini, I feel like you have successfully moved past heartache, disconnected a spiritual connection for some of you. Cut the spiritual tie, right? Because it takes a long time to process heartache, and this could be intimate or platonic. Like, we think just because that person's no longer in our life, we don't have a connection anymore. It's so much deeper than that, because as ethereal beings, we are much deeper than the physical. So like, you could not see someone for years upon years upon years, and still feel a connection with them, because that's how deep we go in our souls. And so I feel like I say all that to say that some of you have finally, no matter how old this is, cut the spiritual tie, the karmic tie. Okay. And because of that, it was like, you know, when you cut like a stretched rubber band and it just like flies forward, right? So I definitely feel that energy for a lot of you. And it puts you into this energy where you were more working on yourself, working on work, working on health, working on things that you could control, you know, really trying to put your time, put your mind into that type of energy, and wait it out, you know, also knowing what you deserve, waiting for that. And it was slow progression. I don't even feel like this is a weekly. This is a really high level message. Okay, so this could pertain to this week, this month, this year, this decade. I don't know. But I don't feel it's a weekly. Because I see slow progression here into slowly building yourself up, into slowly seeing things for what they are, for what you are, for what the situation was for. And then, bada boom, bada bing. I just felt the need to say that. Two of Cups. A soulmate. A new soulmate for some of you. Or a new connection here. Nice. Some of you, it's not a new some of you, yes, it's a new connection. For the rest of you, it's an understanding of a soulmate contract that you had that brought you karmic lessons. And if you really step back from it, Gemini, if you're still wondering why, if you really step back from it now, you'll be able to see clearly that it pushed you. It pushed you to start putting time and energy into a different area of your life that is now currently growing. And you would not have done that without that shove. Even how painful it was, even though it may have disconnected you at times, maybe it was a lot of big changes. But now you see the reason for the karmic connection, or the, yeah. So That was really strong. I don't really know. I was going to see, like, is there another message here maybe for those that didn't resonate with? And it's a hard no. That's the message. Sorry if it didn't resonate, period. And it's a pretty impactful. I almost felt like crying, but not like a sad cry. But let me get one on the Two of Cups. So. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. See if you can guess what it is. I wanted to clarify the Two of Cups. Dun, 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 dun. A new connection. A new start. New love. Fresh. It's almost like being reborn. That inner child in you. Here it is. Yay. It went through hell to get there. Yes. All right, so black and white. I mean, I don't remember what the Gemini reading was titled for mid-February. But I remember the mid-February readings being black and white. It was like a very to the point, and I don't remember what it was about now. I think it was. I think the title of the reading was A New You, Goodbye to Them. So hello. Yes. All right. So like it could be a Scorpio for sure. It could be Pisces, Cancer. It could be Air, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus is primarily what I have. But it could be any zodiac sign because it is a general reading. So that's what I got. So, Melissa says, I've cut the cord many times. It does take many times because you're going to keep coming back around to it. You know. It's not easy, especially when there is like a deeper spiritual meaning behind a connection. You know, we tend to beat it up in our brains before we let it go. But you'll get there, you know. In my own experience of letting go, it took a long time. But at the same time, I can honestly tell you that once I was on the other side of it, my life, and I understood it, my life became much easier, I guess, much more happy. Like the connections I brought in once I let go of the other connection were a lot more fulfilling. But don't be, you know, afraid to cut the cord. And I'm a Gemini rising, so yeah, I understand. Okay, all right. Cancer. Man, my cards are all wacky. Cancer. Cancer, overall energy here is Venus, which is highlighting the love sector. This is obviously highlighting love, and actually I think you got this card in your mid-February as well. This is talking about beauty and harmony and romance. You know, that part of your life being highlighted this upcoming week is a very magnetic energy. It's a very attractive energy. It can be somewhat indulgent, so watch that. Let's see what the supporting vibes are for Cancer. Then you have the Five of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. So some of you may have really been wanting to isolate or spend some time alone, or, you know, may have felt left out maybe. I feel like with the Three of Cups here, there's either a celebration, reconciliation, or your social circles being highlighted this upcoming week. You may have like minds, is the word that came to mind, like minds. And don't forget that love can be intimate, but it can be platonic, right? We have a lot of people we love in our life. It's not always our intimate partner. So, although for some of you it is. So let's see. For Cancer, Eight of Cups, the Hanged Man, Six of Swords. Hold on a second. Melissa, I've seen you in here a lot, okay? And I'm really sorry you're going through a hard time. But you got to pull yourself out of that. And if you're truly, truly in that bad of an emotional state, I need you to get off of YouTube, stop watching tarot because it's going to make it worse, and go see a therapist, an actual therapist. Because all you're doing right now is dwelling, and it's going to impact your energy even worse. And I'm saying this with love. I'm not saying it out of a mean place. And I'm blocking you for now because I want you to stop watching and go speak to someone in your actual life that can help you and that can be there for you. So I say that with love, and I give you an energetic hug. But yeah. Okay. Sorry. There's some, there's someone in the chat that's just beating themselves up left and right. And I hate to see that. But at the same time, then this is not the right forum for that. I think you really need to have someone that, talk to someone, okay? Not a tarot reader, not on YouTube, not a stranger, someone you know, love, family, friend, okay? All right. Thank you guys for helping me send her love, Melissa. All the best to you. All right, so Cancer. Sorry. Back to you. Yeah, I feel like the Eight of Cups here, the Hanged Man, the Six of Swords, somebody definitely walked away, from self-pity is what I feel here for some of you. For others of you, it's a person that walked away, left someone feeling isolated, and this caused maybe you to see things from a different perspective, or this person to see things from a different perspective. And there's movement forward here. This upcoming week. It's a bit emotional. It's not a bit, it's a lot emotional. But there's also like an emotional distance here. So, what's that about? Five of Wands. The Hanged Man, the Tower. Oh my gosh. Now, Cancer, I didn't really want to offend you in any way. Yeah, but I say the readings as I see them, and I'm not gonna lie, your mid-February reading hurt a little bit for me to have to say what I had to say in that reading. And it could have been vice versa, but either way, it was an interesting reading, so to say the very least. And if you watched it, then you know what I'm talking about. But the Eight of Cups, Five of Wands. This is separating yourself, though, from anything that brings conflict, walking away from any drama. Like if there is someone who's competing for your attention, or there's issues going on like within the family or work, I feel like you're emotionally separating yourself from that on purpose. Because I think that you don't want this instability here. Or because there's instability here, it's causing you to pause and really think things over again. I feel like it's a big crossroads energy, like moving forward and then looking backwards at the same time. And this has to deal with the love section of your life. Okay. So, you know, some of you definitely could have conflicts. Some of you could have had a breakup. You know, it's going to resonate differently for all of you. But it's like, I'm getting the hell out of Dodge. That's what I feel. Like, I feel like the best thing to do is to remove yourself from that situation so that you can get a higher perspective before you decide on your next steps. Some of you want to reconcile the situation. For others of you, this represents that there's a third party here, whether that's intimate or platonic, like a third person interceding. Some of you, there's multiple people involved in this. And this is saying, like, before you react, you need to calm down, emotionally detach, and really see the bigger picture first. What's the Tower? The Queen of Wands, the Death card. Major changes here. This could be a blow to your self-esteem or someone else's self-esteem, and like their response to that is to become combative. And like maybe you've never seen that side of them before, and now you're seeing that side of them and you're like, I don't like that. You know, or vice versa. Maybe you're like coming from a hurt place and you're being really combative and you're not paying attention to the way you're saying things, and it causes someone else to be like, I need to distance myself from that, you know? This is like someone who's not thinking through, because they're coming from such an emotionally unstable place. That they're not seeing how that's changing the way someone else sees them. What the what? With the retrograde. Yeah. So like I said, your best bet is to distance yourself from the situation here. Definite big major changes coming through. You know, in a positive way, this does push the energy forward and almost gives you two different paths that you can choose. So it kind of opens up some options for you. It's like things that weren't in your highest good fall apart so that you can have some new energy come through. And like I said, for some of you, it's like a new someone in your social circle, or a reconciliation even. Or you may like have an issue or an argument, and then after you take some time out, or this person does, and they see it from a different angle, then you can reconcile it, but not until you have that time apart or that distance. Something to do with that. Could be dealing with Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sag, Cancer, Pisces. Those are the predominant signs. Small possibility of air. So yeah. So sorry, that chat threw me off a bit for you, Cancer, but that your message was pretty clear, and it was pretty in alignment with what your mid-February was saying. So if you haven't watched that, go check it out. But that's what I have for you. Oh, yes. But yes, thank you, Shaylee, for clarifying why I did what I did. I'm not a trained therapist, y'all. If you're, you know, tarot is a great, first of all, these are general readings, so they're not personal to you. But if they resonate, then that's great. If you get messages out of them, wonderful. But, you know, it's not meant to be a supplement for trained professional help. And if I feel like someone is in a really bad place, or they're not in tune, they're not in touch with maybe even reality, then I have to protect them by doing that and protect myself. You know? So, thank you, Shaylee. All right. Do I look sad? Aw, I don't feel sad. I mean, I felt sad for that person, but I'm not sad. I feel fine. But I do tend to like take on other people's emotions. So, yeah. Okay. Leo. Leo, your reading was intense. Yeah. So this will be interesting. Hopefully we get some better messages out. So this is all about your third house, which is perception. Okay. This is about social media, speech, thoughts. To me, it also kind of signifies social media stalking, whether that's you or someone else. So watch that. This is like also highlighting your the way in which you speak, the way in which you represent yourself, your perception of yourself. It's your more sociable nature, okay, in particular, being highlighted this upcoming week. So, hold on, I gotta let my dog out because she's tearing my door up right now. So, actually, let me finish this because the time stamps, I don't want to mess them up. But Queen of Pentacles is here. So I'll finish this and then I gotta let her out. So this is highlighting your comfort zone as well. Okay, so might be spending a little bit of too much time on your phone when you're in your comfort zone, or a little too much time wrapped up into your social media for some of you, and where you could be dealing with someone that's really doing that. It's a really interesting message. I don't usually get that message with this card, but this is saying, pay attention to your surroundings, Leo. Pay attention to your surroundings, okay? So if you get too caught up here, you may neglect some things that needed to be done this upcoming week. So this is saying stay grounded, stay in the physical, okay? Because I think, especially in this day and age, it gets easier and easier to disconnect from reality. And therefore not really live our lives. And so, you know, that's something that I personally am trying to do better at. It's especially hard when you run a business online to not be online all the time, but that's just an FYI for some of you, okay? And don't tell me you're not online because you're on YouTube right now, okay? Because I know somebody's going to comment, I don't even have a Facebook. Yeah, well, you're on YouTube, so that's online. This is saying, yes, okay, have that time to let your brain go wherever, but also don't forget to attend to the things that needed to be attended to in your everyday life, within work, within obligations as well. To me, this also talks about being comfortable with yourself. Okay, and not caring so much like what other people think, not needing outside validation. This is truly being comfortable within yourself, okay? And you have Ace of Cups, Ten of Wands, Temperance, and then the Queen of Swords. Okay, so Leo, Love is here. I love that for you. This is emotional fulfillment. For some of you, it could be new love, but I feel more like this is self-love. Okay, because that's what I felt earlier, being comfortable with yourself. Um, it might have taken a lot of work for you to heal your confidence levels or to do some work on your physical health. For some of you, it's really highlighting your more confident side, your more adventurous side. Okay, and don't let other people's perception of you or the need to put on a certain persona block you from this energy, because it will. So like it's allowing, we all do this, not all of us, but it's easy to get caught up in our persona versus our actual self, right? Like, not, only wanting to highlight or showcase like the better versions of ourselves, or wanting to give off a certain like persona, whether it's good or bad. Like some people love being the bad boy, and therefore they're always the bad boy, and so they try not to let people see that underneath that they're actually like a soft jelly bean, as an example. Or like, you want to be seen as like someone who's very, very confident, who loves their body. So you cover up the fact that every day in the mirror you look at every single freckle and mole, and you pinch your fat, and you don't actually feel that confident. We do this as human beings. We all do this. Don't tell me that you don't. I highly doubt that. We all do this to some extent or another. And this is saying, while it's okay to do that, because we're all human at the end of the day, don't start believing that you must be the persona that you want people to see you as. It's okay to have flaws. It's okay to be weird. It's okay not to be perfect. Or vice versa. If you really want to give off like the I don't care, I'm a bad boy type of, and these are just examples, then it's okay to show you have a heart, that you actually have emotion, that you do care. Oh my, going on a rant here. Sorry. I don't know. That's the message that's coming through. It's just, I don't control what messages I get. It's a lot of that type of vibe, right? Okay. So, and this could be you, or you could be dealing with someone that's putting on a persona, to the world on social media, whatever, and you could possibly see right freaking through it, and you're like, that person is so full of it. That is not the life they're living. But to some degree or another, you're not either. Okay, because all of us do this to some degree or another. Maybe this person's being like very verbose. You like really, really putting it on thick, and that annoys you because you're like, that's not even close to the truth. But it's also not your job to call that out, or vice versa. Like somebody could be thinking that about you. But in the same essence, the very fact that they are studying you, thinking that about you, what does that say about them? They don't have anything better to do? Hmm? And I got like the stalker vibe here. We all have someone that stalks our social media, thinks every meme is about them, reads into everything. That's like the only message I'm getting. So I'm sorry if that's not resonating with you, but and it's a weird message that I don't usually get. That's what I have. So I'm trying. That's a big, big group of you, but there's another group that, and so I'll end that one. But if you weren't in that group, then another message I have here is that you might have put a lot of work into yourself, into building your confidence up, into setting your boundaries into place, into building up your home, your finances, your comfort zone, and there might be new love here. or a renewed sense of self-love and independence that you never had before. And it's somewhat freeing. You kind of like that, you know? So that's very positive, I feel. Yes. Could be doing with Sagittarius, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus in particular. Yeah. And honestly, if you're in the first category where like you were watching someone and they were trying to tell you it's not what it is, but you're like, it is what it is, then go check out the mid-February reading I just posted for Leo, because that's exactly what that reading was about. And you could probably get a little bit more information on it there. So yeah. Hold on, I need to check my makeup. Because one time I went live and y'all let me have my makeup looking a mess. Didn't even say anything to me. Jerks. I'm just kidding. Water. Virgo. Ooh. Virgo, you have the numinous card, Pisces energy. Some of you could be dealing with that, have that in your chart. And or it's just the influencing vibes for you this week. This is all about the unknown, the unknowable, tapping into your intuitive side, being connected. It's a shadow work vibe as well. So that's an interesting energy. You might be really, really getting in touch with your spiritual self, okay? Now, I had Capricorns on this journey for a while, for like the past year or so. But now I see Virgos getting a lot of higher level messages. So Virgo, some of you definitely are going through spiritual growth or changes during this time frame. And then the card that came out with it was spirituality. So this is the Knight of Cups as well. Very emotional energy, very in tune energy, very intuitive energy. This is exploring the depth of your emotions that you may have suppressed, your subconscious, emotions you didn't even know were there. The retrograde could be pulling them up out of the depths and you're like, what the hell? Why am I so emotional today? Or it's just there to be purged, you know, to be felt, to be understood in a different way. And that could be going on this week. Some of you could be dealing with a water sign in particular this upcoming week that is going through their own spiritual paths. Holy crap. You're going to see what I mean. You have the Seven of Swords here paired with the Ten of Swords. Yeah, let's talk about that. Two of Wands. Okay. So I feel like, yeah, there is some of you covered up the pain for so long. I'm getting really emotional. That I don't even think you knew you were covering it up anymore. But you're about to know everything that you buried. You're going to see the bigger perspective about, and I think it's because you're going to feel it. You know, this is a painful energy, but it is also a very transformative energy. It's your inner knowing coming out. So it's like you may have gotten away with suppressing it for a while, but Not much longer, you know? Or you could be dealing with someone like that, particularly a water sign, but I have fire here too, that's really been covering up some really painful things for a while. And now it is rising to the surface, you know. So, what's the Seven of Swords? The Magician. The Ten of Swords. The Five of Cups. Wow. The Two of Wands. The Ace of Pentacles. Nice. So, I feel like Virgo, yeah, there's a sense of there's definitely a facade, very manipulative. This is like wanting to show people a side of you that doesn't really exist, or like it's like manipulating the energy, manipulating people's perception. You might have been covering things up, hiding things, or you're dealing with someone that was doing that and covering up past regrets, past losses, past pain, not dealing with it, pushing it down. You're not comfortable with that. You don't want to feel that. This could be from long, long ago. It could have been yesterday, but it's here and it's asking to be looked at again. This is shadow work at its finest. I don't even know how I could explain it any better. But here's the good news. What does shadow work bring? A new perspective, a new path, seeing the higher purpose, growth potential, new commitments to yourself. That's all going to be presented to you, I feel, during this time frame. So you may have had to go through hell to get there, or it may really feel that way. It may really feel that way, this purging here, but it puts you almost on a brand new journey. This is a very spiritual lesson, I feel, for you. For others of you, you could be dealing with someone like this. So you could be, if you weren't in that group, you could be clearly seeing someone go through something very painful, very painful. It's their own fault to some degree. You know, they manipulated, they lied, backstabbed. Now they got regrets about it, but you're kind of distancing yourself. It's not that you don't have empathy. It's just that you feel like this person should owe you an apology, or they should come to you then. You know, or vice versa. Like, you can clearly see this person is going to regret their actions. Like, it's, you know, or they, you. But you're almost going to watch it play out, or you've been watching it play out. So that you can decide if you're going to accept whatever it is they're bringing back to you once they're done purging all of this, once they realize the error in their way, or vice versa. Dang, getting some serious readings here. So what are you going to do if presented another opportunity here? Oh, you're going to be very stubborn about it. You're going to hold your ground, I feel, Virgo, if you're in that group, okay? You're going to hold your ground. Let it come to you. All right. So could be dealing with Aries, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio are the predominant zodiac signs I'm seeing. I need to take a break. These are serious. I don't like all this serious energy, guys. I'm like too playful for that. You know? Get it together. I'm just kidding. I love you, Virgo. It's not just you, Virgo. Like every zodiac sign has been having that. Carmen, did you point out the fact that I have a hole in my sweatshirt again? Oh, and that I'm sweating. How disgusting. Should go change my shirt. I can't help it. What? Were you pointing that out earlier? I can't help it. I mean, I guess I could have, but I just like this shirt. I didn't care that there was a hole in it, okay? But we got to, I keep using this arm, the one with the hole in it. It's on accident. How many comments do you think I'm going to get about having a hole in my shirt? You would think, Brenda, that it's not a big deal, but people pick the stupidest things to comment about. And I say that with love, but I get some crazy comments. People have opinions about my makeup, my hair, my background, noises in the background, you know, the way I talk, my mannerisms. So they're definitely going to have something to say about the hole in my armpit. I promise you. Haters gonna hate, you know. And it's not that I can't like go out and buy a new shirt. I'm just, I mean, it's a creature of habit, guys. It's like what I like. So Carmen, don't point it out though. Don't point it out. Maybe nobody noticed. Who is Mike that everybody keeps talking about? Hold on a second. Mike is looking to get the boot. Planning for the future. Will I be your third divorce? Well, given your track record, I'm going to say that's a hard no. Thanks for asking. Okay, I read enough. Sorry, I wanted to see. I wanted to see what he was saying because I kept seeing like you guys say, kick him out. Oh, he's hitting on me. Okay. I will not be your third divorce. Sorry. Let's go to Libra now. I'm sorry, I had to take a break because these readings are so intense and sad. They're not sad, they're just really complex, and every single zodiac sign has been intense. So I had to take a break for a moment. So thank you for letting me take a break. You might have sold the hair in your armpits, which might be the reason behind sweating in the armpits. Sold the hair in my armpits? Okay, I gotta stop reading your chats. I don't even know what that means. I keep a clean shave. Okay, so I have not sold any hair from my armpits. And I'm sweating because I've been live for an hour and 30 minutes and it's hot in here. And I have a very bright light on me. So if we could just, all right, let's veer away from this conversation. Libra. I once had a YouTube follower that was obsessed with my armpits. This is not a joke. And Carmen, I know like you guys were around back then. Do you remember that guy that was always like, show me your armpits? And he always wanted me to show my armpits off and my feet. I haven't seen that guy in a while. I think I blocked him. But random, I don't know. Y'all be some weirdos out there. But that's okay. All right. I feel better now, so I'm going to go to Libra. Libra. Libra, you have the third house of perception. Some of you may be connecting with Leo as they got that message as well. But for the rest of you, this is about, again, social media. Our perception of people on social media. Our perception of ourselves. Speech. Thoughts. It's about discussions and our surroundings and staying aware. I can't talk all of a sudden. Staying aware, thank you, of our surroundings. Wow. I have a feeling where this is going, but I'll wait to get all the cards. Some of you definitely dealing with the Leos. You have the same exact card out, Queen of Pentacles, but you also had the Nine of Wands come out. Okay, but you don't have to be, but some of you are. This is all about being damn determined, I feel, Libra, to get your bearings about you this week, to stay grounded, to stay, what is the word? I just heard it, neutral. The word is neutral. Okay, and I think that you really are focused on how you express yourself and maybe how that's being perceived by others. That might become part of your awareness this week, or it might be an issue that's brought up, okay? And it helps to broaden your perception of self, I feel. So this is a very interesting energy. If you've been feeling like you want to quit or give up or whatever, this is saying keep that determination about you, Libra. And I just did your mid-February this morning, but I haven't posted it just yet. So I felt that energy as well in the mid-February reading. So let's see. You have the Hanged Man, the Judgment card, and then the Five of Pentacles. So yeah, Libra, I feel like we're talking about perception here, right? And then you have the Hanged Man, which is all about perception, which is all about seeing things from a different angle, getting some enlightenment that's going to help you to make a decision. And I have to clarify what the decision is because it's the Five of Pentacles, which is leaving someone out in the cold, or someone might be making that decision about you, or it's a sense of isolation, needing to go in isolation to just like take a freaking break, you know, to make a decision, because I feel like you might have a lot coming at you, or you might have a lot of energy coming your way or demands on you. And it's like, hold on a second, you know, I'm only one person. And what you're being encouraged not to do is to react out of emotion. All right, so I'll post your Libra reading today. Definitely check that out, because there's a heavy caution there about like getting overwhelmed and then expressing that, but that's not how you truly feel. That's just how you felt in the moment. And then needing to correct that later on, or someone coming to you with that energy, and it changes your perception of them. The Hanged Man is the Moon, Six of Swords. You know, you don't know what you don't know, right? Until you know it. So don't beat yourself up this week if you make a snap decision or you say something out of being overwhelmed and it turns out like you didn't have all the information, or you didn't really mean it that way, or you don't actually feel that way. That's just how you felt in the moment. You know, whatever. You don't know what you don't know, but now you know. That's your vibe this week. I definitely feel like that energy here. But, you know, there's an emotional decision to move things forward and accept it for what it is. And then out of isolation, when you isolate yourself, when you give yourself that time, or when you, someone else isolates themselves from you, if it's a person you're dealing with, comes revitalized energy, the Ace of Wands, new creative ideas, a new, like this is how I feel. This is just an example. But have you ever like been really, really, really down in the dumps? And I don't see that happening here. I'm just giving an example. Some of you are confused though. But, just ever have a bad day. It's just a bad day. Just a bad day. We all have one of those where you're just like, man, I suck at life. That type of vibe. And then you wake up the next day and it's like when you rally the troops, when you're like, you know what? No, actually, I am doing great. Or like today, I'm bound and determined to get my energy back, or to get back on track, or to show them that they're wrong. They're wrong about me, or that I can do this. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's like a rallying of either your energy or the troops. That's an example of how this could play out. Okay. So don't be so concerned though about other people's perception of you, because I do think that some of you are putting too much pressure on yourself there. Wanting someone to see you as very stable and determined, but deep down inside you're kind of uncertain, if you made the right decision, or maybe you go back and forth with it, but you don't want them to know that. So you isolate that from them, or you isolate yourself because you want to show this very determined vibe. Or they, you. And this energy is saying, who cares? Who cares what they think? Who cares that you don't have it all figured out? None of us do. None of us do. Maybe that vulnerability will actually bring you out of this hanged man energy. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to not be that strong-willed Libra. Don't be so judgmental of yourself. It's all just there to help you move forward. All right? And if someone is judging you, well, then that's a statement about how they feel about themselves. So also, who cares? But yeah, definitely I see that some of you want to have like a timeout or isolate yourself. But there is a renewed energy here, or a renewed creative opportunity to be grabbed towards the end of the week. And I do want to see what that's about. And then I gotta let my dog out because I forgot. Oh man, I wanted one card. I got 3. I'm gonna be here all day. The stinking death card. Why does that keep coming up in everybody's reading? Scorpio energy for some of you. 3 of Wands, Ace of Cups. So there's going to be a turnaround here this week for sure. So if you've been feeling that way, here's the good news. There's change coming. There's an end to that. There is new creative ideas, new passion, new love for some of you. And maybe it took some distancing of yourself in order for that energy to come through. But I feel it's going to come through. In lots of different ways, actually. So, I actually know a Libra. Well, I am a Libra moon, so I vibe with you guys. You know what I'm saying? But I actually know a Libra in my friends circle. And just to give you a perspective, like from an outside person's perspective, I was literally thinking last night about having a conversation with her about her being so damn hard on herself, because lately she's been really, really hard on herself. And I don't know. I'm always like one for a good motivational speech, but I was literally thinking about that the other night. So you might have someone that sees you, you know, like this Libra and wants to reach out, you know, encourage you. So, not to interject into your reading, but could be dealing with a Libra, Pisces, Scorpio. Could be Cancer, could be fire, Aries, Leo, Sag, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus are the predominant zodiac signs I'm seeing. Okay, so now I'm going to let the dog out. Because she's scratching my door. And then we're going to do Scorpio. So I'll be right back. Daisy, you want out? Hello. Okay. Carmen, now I'm like trying to like move around but without lifting my arms up because you got me all paranoid now. I'll never wear this shirt again. So anyways, whoo, y'all. Scorpio. Scorpio. Let's go to you. Let's do it, Scorpio. So, you had a very interesting mid-February read, Scorpio. Go check it out if you haven't seen it yet. And there was a special message that I'm not going to say again at the end of the reading. So make sure you check that out if you do watch it. It's time-stamped in the comments. But let's see what you got going on for you this week. So this is Neptune, which is all about your dreams, your memories, your subconscious, your imagination, visions. It's a very spiritual energy. It's a very compassionate energy. It's also kind of an escapist vibe. There could be confusion here. There could be, you know, veils being worn or things playing tricks on your mind, things like that. So it's a fine line between like our intuitive self and our imagination, right? And unless you've exercised your intuition a lot during your lifetime, you may sink into imagination thinking it's intuition, or vice versa, ignore your intuition because you think it's imagination. And so I don't know why that's a caution, but it is. I think that Scorpios in general are a very intuitive sign, but sometimes the sign of Scorpio also reads between the lines too much or so much that they lose touch with like what the real deal is, you know, like making assumptions. So be very careful about making any assumptions, you know, based off of intuition alone. Make sure you have like something tangible to back that up with. Or like if you have a theory about someone or something, make sure that you have something outside of your brain that confirms that for you, whether it be their actions or their words or something to deal with that. Okay. So, let's see. Then you have the Page of Cups here, which is all about friendships. And I can't help but to note that this card also talks about memories. And you have the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck, which is the past. And we're in a retrograde, so I can't ignore all of that. So you may be really heavily thinking about the past memories for some of you. That may be really playing into your subconscious mind or your conscious mind or into your dreams, okay? The Page of Cups, I like this energy though, because it's all about new connections, friendship for some of you being highlighted, new opportunities to have like olive branches or love come through for some of you. So I like that vibe. So let's see. Oh, 3 of your cards came out at once. High Priestess, the Hanged Man. Maybe not. Maybe there's only 2. Wow. All of a sudden, I have chills all the way from my... Either I'm having a stroke. Oh my gosh, you can see it. I have goosebumps. Can you see that? You see the hair standing up? Or no? Like all of a sudden, I felt really cold here and on the side of my body. Like, it was really bizarre. And I'd have no clue what that means. You know, let's hope it's not like I'm having an actual issue here with my health. But usually when I get like the feelies like that, I always assume there's a presence in my room. But it could be paranoia. Or my intuition is being heightened. So I feel that for you, Scorpio. And I have Scorpio placements in 3 different places in my own birth chart. So the High Priestess energy is here. This is like knowing without... This is very, very, very ethereal energy here. Very ethereal energy. This is tapping into your intuition, seeing things from another perspective. You show up in your own reading. Seeing yourself from a different perspective. Maybe how another person sees you and you could not see that before. Or you could be dealing with like a spiritual connection that you have with someone and they're getting a different perspective on you this week. I think that there's been a lot of analytical energy, like kind of standoffish. And I remember the word that I got in the Scorpio reading. It was off-putting. And I remember that because I've never really said that before. Like, it's not like I walk around using that word in my everyday life, off-putting. But that I felt that so strongly in the Scorpio read. I'm like, look at this guy's face, right? Guy, girl, whatever. Gender doesn't matter. You know, is being very skeptical, whether that's you or someone you're dealing with. Some of you haven't been trusting your own intuition or letting your emotions get in the way or letting imagination get in the way. Memories that you're recalling, but you're not recalling them correctly. What's the High Priestess? The Three of Swords. What's the Death card? The past. The past. I can't say this enough. 6 of Cups. So, Scorpio, I feel like a very, very, very strong message here about I don't even know how to put this, but it's like, okay, sorry. Some of you are definitely trying to overanalyze, or maybe in the past you've been very skeptical about the damage that you've done to someone else. Or like maybe you saw it, but you didn't want to acknowledge it. But that's going to change this week. Okay. There is a very strong energy here, and that could be vice versa as well. Someone may have really hurt you, but couldn't see it from your perspective. But that's going to change this week. So it could be one way or the other or both. The past is here. A lot of past memories involved here. A lot of past history. It could be a person from your past. All right. That maybe was off-putting to you or standoffish to you. But there's a new perspective being seen here. There is intuition being used. And yeah, heartache. And I felt like there was interference in the mid-February reading, like someone trying to interfere, or like insert doubt or something. And that you were going to see it for the truth. This person was going to see it for the truth. I see that's happening here probably this upcoming week if you watch that reading. But this is deep. You know, this is really going deep. If you hadn't been connected with your spiritual self, you are going to be connected. I mean, because there's a big change here that you have been putting off for some of you. Or someone else has. What is the Three of Swords? Okay. Again, I wanted one card. I got a million. So you have, what's the Three of Swords? The Six of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, the Star card, the Two of Swords. Yeah, so I feel like Scorpio, if there's been heartache, emotional distance, somewhat disappointment, there's going to be healing here. But there's also a lot of closed off energy. How can you be healing and closed off at the same time? I don't know. For some of you, it is Aquarius that is closed off because they're healing. They're disappointed and they've emotionally distanced themselves. And I say that because if some of you specifically are dealing with that zodiac sign. But for the rest of you, this is you healing, really. And some of you healing your physical health as well. Okay. Some of you had emotions somehow manifest into physical health when it comes to health. You ever heard of broken heart syndrome, Scorpio? I hate to go this deep, but honestly, I don't even know what to make of these cards. It's a thing. It's called the Widowmaker. It's an actual thing. And I'm not saying any of you are going through that. I'm just giving you a representation of how our mental and emotional well-being impact our physical well-being. For some of you, you need healing there. All right, for the rest of you, this is emotional healing, being patient with yourself, somewhat closed off still. You need to listen to your intuition. It's not your imagination. Scorpio, how are you going to doubt your own intuition being an intuitive sign? Or like some of you, like you just like, oh, it's just my imagination. Or like, it's not what it is. You know, or like try to explain it away, okay it away. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Some of you are going to see that this week. It's going to change a lot. It's going to change a lot of things. And yeah. And it ends up in the Three of Pentacles. Nice. So the light's going to be shown on a lot of different areas where you've needed to correct or get cooperation from. I see a cooperative energy here. I see a lot of changes. I see that people from your past or people that you have past history with are being supportive in their energy of you this week. They want cooperation, or you want cooperation. There's new connections to be had here. There's a need to see it from a different perspective. And the Hanged Man is divine timing. Divine timing is here. If you've had your walls up, that's about to be blown away. Some of you are going back to your past because you want cooperation. Or your past is coming back to you, something like that. You're going to see something you didn't see before. You're going to see it from a different perspective that you didn't have before, or this person is, or the people you're dealing with, okay? So I could keep going on this one. Y'all, these are intense readings this week. So every single zodiac sign. Oh, look at that. Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So there, you've got friendships here, though. You've got social support here. You really do. More than one. Stop blocking your own intuition, though. Or somebody could be blocked towards you, but you'll see it from a different light as to why this week, if that's the case. So I have Pisces energy here. You could be dealing with another Scorpio. You could be dealing with Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Those are the predominant zodiac signs, but I also have Earth here. So it could be any zodiac sign, and fire here too. Take it as it resonates. Okay. I'm exhausted. I don't even know if I could do the rest of the readings. These are so long and intense. And I'm glad I did the other readings before I went live today, because there's no way I would have done them after I'm done here. You're welcome, guys. Okay. But your love and support will get me there. Have a chicken and a biscuit. I do have chicken and a biscuit. I got it downstairs. It's one of my favorite snacks, actually. It only has like 5,000 grams of sodium in it. That's fine. You know, you only live once, right? Sagittarius. Let's see what's up. The Ascendant. So this is about your outlook, your mission statement, how you express yourself, your affect, your attitude, your outer self, your point of view. I like this energy, actually. It's very expansive. It's very like thinking outside of the box, you know. Your outlook might be changing on yourself or about life this upcoming week. And for a Sag, I think that's exciting energy, actually. So let's see. Eight of Swords. Why? Restrictions is what this deck talks about. So why would you place restrictions on what you believe is possible for you unless you were telling yourself it wasn't possible? One of my favorite lyrics is from an NF song. Artist name is NF. The song is The Search. He's awesome. Lyrically, he speaks on a very high intellectual level. Okay, and I don't like all rap. In fact, I like very little rap. But when the artist can speak to like very important topics but make it sound good, I'm interested. And there's a point in the song where he says basically how limiting your own thoughts are. And it's not because you can't do it, but it's that hate, that self-hate that you bring upon yourself that makes you believe you can't do it and therefore you can't do it. And basically what he was saying is like the view you have of what's possible for you in your brain is what you'll always portray, what you'll always be. And that's true. That's a good song. He's cute too. But why do I say that, Sagittarius? Because that's what the Eight of Swords is. It's self-limiting beliefs. You could have people around you with self-limiting beliefs, and that changes your outlook on them, or it's the way you see yourself that it doesn't serve you to see yourself that way. It could be body image issues for some of you, or like not being able to get over a first impression, or comparing self or someone doing that to you. Lots of different ways in which we restrict ourselves. For some of you, it's purposeful restriction, and that you don't feel that something or someone's in your highest good, or that you don't feel there'd be anything good out of expressing that, and so you keep it in. And we do that too, as human beings. Restrict ourselves because we know maybe nothing will good come out of it, or some things don't need to be said, things like that. So let's see. So Ace of Cups, the Emperor, the High Priestess, the Three of Pentacles. Sagittarius. There's love here. Love. Someone wanting to be in control of that love. Intuition, a spiritual connection, and cooperation. Well, that's wonderful. So why the Eight of Swords? Why are you letting fear get in the way of this great energy, Sagittarius? Or like bad negative thoughts about yourself, or someone may be doing that to you. But there's definite love here this week. There's a sense of, yes, wanting to be in control. The Emperor energy is someone that doesn't sway easily. I feel this is your energy, but it could be someone you're dealing with. The High Priestess is like knowing that something is in your highest good, or something, again, some of you are restricting yourself because you know this is not in your highest good, okay? And there's being a light shown on that this week. But yet there's still love here. So don't get it twisted. There's emotions here, right? Some of you, this could be in regards to your father figure, or masculine energy, if nothing else. Some of you, if you're a Sagittarius male, then that's your energy of wanting to be in control. Let's see. Ace of Cups is the Wheel of Fortune. The Emperor is the Ace of Pentacles. You're giving another opportunity here, a Magician. Or another opportunity is being given. Six of Swords. So I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune here, this is a cyclic situation. There's karmic lessons tied to this. Divine timing is here this week. Things are moving forward. There's new, like new love here. self-love, love with another person, Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities to be grabbed, growth potential here. Magician, having the tools you need to manifest, having the higher guidance to be able to do that, and then movement forward on your goals. So as it pertains to like career, everyday wealth, this looks really good. I think there's movement forward there in a very nice way. If this is love, it's a little bit trickier than that because there's love here and there's growth potential, but there's also lessons to be learned about relinquishing control, about self-restrictions being placed. And often self-restrictions are due to insecurities or fears that we have that need to be released. You know, and so I see that change that needs to come here. All right, in order for like this to come to full fruition, in order for things to fully manifest. But then I do see cooperation or cooperative energy, things being highlighted, and then movement forward. Believe in the impossible, Sagittarius. It's all about your attitude. It's all about your attitude. Yeah. Y'all better come back to this at the end of the week and let me know how this plays out. And I will let you guys know how it plays out for me. There's some major stuff here this week, guys. And I don't mean like that to scare you. It's fine. It could be like just a blip on the radar, but yeah, at the same time, it's not. It's important. This is important. Okay, so it could be dealing with, like I said, Aries, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I'm exhausted. What time is it? 2:30, and I'm hungry. And I gotta go buy a new shirt. Okay, Capricorn. Capricorn, what'd you get? Your own card. You sly dog, you. Just kidding. But this is good. You know, I like when the sign I'm reading for comes out in the upright. Yes. It says being in your element this week, Capricorn. You've been looking good lately. Okay. This is a very ambitious energy, a very realistic vibe, which you've never had a problem being realistic, not as a Capricorn. Very accomplished, you know, down to earth type of energy, right? On a negative side, it can be very rigid or very overly disciplined, overly serious. So remember, you know, life is, life is serious, but at the same time, is it, we're all just here kind of playing with the energy like a bunch of little children, making mistakes, correcting our mistakes, and going through life, you know. So it's, take it serious, but don't take it too seriously, right? You're only here for a small period of time. You know, but I really feel that you're going to feel in your element this upcoming week. And here you are at the bottom of the deck in the upright. You little devil, you. So then you have out the Five of Swords and the Page of Wands. Now the Five of Swords talks about loss in this deck. Okay. But I also see Five of Swords as kind of a nasty, like, conflict energy. But I think this is something that has made you wiser. I think this is old energy, because you're in the upright, right? So if there has been loss, it's prepared you for your next chapter. I know that sounds terrible, right? Because sometimes when we experience things that hurt us, or when we lose things or people, um, it, it doesn't necessarily make us feel better that it's for, like to prepare us for the next step. It's like, who cares about the next step? That hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of get why you're very serious about your growth and being very protective over that. Like, I get it. But there are new energies here. There's new ideas, new energy spikes in your energy levels as well, especially when it comes to like career, but it could be within relationships, love, whatever. So let's see. Then you have 5 of Pentacles. Jeez Louise. 10 of Wands. The Hermit. The King of Wands. So, let me show that to you. 5 of Wands, 10 of Wands, Hermit. No, 5 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, Hermit. Some of you really went inside, have been doing a lot of internal work, isolating yourself, maybe even. Some of you have had major losses, okay, in the past, I feel, whether it be financial or emotional or both. You've had to work really hard to get where you're at. And that's what I was saying earlier, is I get why there would be a very serious protective energy here. Because it's like, I did this shit and I did it on my own. So didn't nobody come help me, is how I feel. You feel, Capricorn. Like, I had to pick this up on my own. I had to clean that up on my own. I had to carry that weight. And yeah, you've done soul searching from that. You've required time to do that. But out of that comes the confidence that you need, the go-getter that you need, the fire that you need is here. And yeah, I feel to some degree or another that doesn't really make up for it in your mind. And yet at the same time, I don't really blame you. But there is new passion here. I will say that. New creative pursuits. But there's still a little, there's still heaviness here. So, what is... Can I get some more information on this or what? 6 of Swords. I swear I've gotten the 6 of Swords in every reading. 6 of Swords. 3 of Wands. 8 of Wands. The Lovers. Okay, so I like that energy a little bit better. So if you have been feeling like in isolation mode, or just kind of you want to be left alone, or you like to be alone, nothing wrong with that. I do feel like, with the 6 of Swords, 3 of Wands here, you're getting ready to shift into more of an action vibe. Some of you possible travel. Others of you, it's just simply talking about taking the pain from the past, letting it make you wiser and more of a badass. Come on. Letting it fuel that in you and push it forward. There might be communication coming through this week, or a conversation here, especially with a fire sign, but it can be, I also have Virgo, Gemini. And this conversation needs to be had, I feel, okay, for those of you that part's resonating with. I think you've really been contemplating about some major decisions in your life, and you might need to have like a conversation with this person, because maybe they're involved in it, or it pertains to them, or for simply advice for some of you, but I feel like it will be a helpful conversation, not a hurtful one. Okay, so that could be with anyone, but I see, like I said, fire, Virgo, Gemini. There's introspection here, you know, introspection. And so you've had to give up some things in the past, but it's so that you could have something else that will become evident to you this week. You know what I smell all of a sudden? And I don't know if like somebody could be burning a candle somewhere. I smell my grandma. Like I smell her perfume. This is so weird. And my grandma's still with us. Okay, so it's not like she's in the spirits of the past. My grandma's still very much healthy and alive. But all of a sudden I smell her perfume. And she is, I think, a Virgo or a Libra, or she might be on the cusp. That's so weird. Okay, between the tingling I got for Scorpio and now smelling my grandmother, I don't know what's going on today. I don't know. Capricorn, that could relate to your reading. Some of you need to talk to your grandma. I don't know. You need to talk to your mom. Something like that. Weird. Yeah, there's been heartache here. Okay. But the decision I think that you're doing, Capricorn, this week is to release this heartache here. Gain some introspection on it. I think there's a conversation that needs to be had or would be beneficial to you. And now I got with your grandmother. But it could be anyone in your life. I don't know why all of a sudden I smelled that, but I'm seeing, like I said, heavy fire. But the zodiac signs I have out are Aries, Leo, Sag, Virgo, Gemini. Could be another Capricorn, Aries, Aquarius, Libra. All right. Well, I burned sage earlier. And that's not the smell, though. I know what sage smells like. I love the smell. I love, can I talk? Love the smell of sage. I sage my house every day, if I could. That's not what I'm smelling. It's like a perfume. And there could be a candle lit somewhere in my house. It's totally possible. But Aquarius, let's see what's up with you. Almost there, guys. Whew. I don't know why I feel so drained this weekend. I think it's the weather. My grandma's still with me, so I don't think she's a guide. As far as I know, she's doing fine. She's so cute, though. Can we talk about my grandma for a moment? Just let me have that moment. My grandma is the cutest. She is about like 4'10" on her best day. She said she shrunk with age. I believe it. But she's always so well put together, and she always smells really good, and she always says her hair did. Like, she still has her hair very dark, even though I'm certain she's been gray for a long time. You'd never know, because she'll never let you know. And, like, we always make a joke with my grandma that she floats as opposed to walks. Because, like, she walks, when you go shopping with her, all you see is her little head, because you can barely see her head over, like, the clothing. And it looks like she's floating like this. Because she walks with her little teeny legs, like, Do, 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 do. It's so funny. She's the cutest. I love her so much. Oh, Gigi. She's so sweet. And she has a similar laugh to mine. She goes, like, oh, it's so cute. Oh, honey. But don't let her fool you, because she ain't no dummy neither. She's a Libra. Libra Virgo. I never know which one. But she ain't no dummy. She'll tell you. She's pretty blunt. But she says it in such a sweet way that you're not even mad at her. She's like, oh, honey, that hair color looks terrible on you. And even though it was insulting, you can't be mad at her because she's so damn cute. And you're like, oh, okay, I still love you. Anyways, I really felt the need to talk about my grandma. I don't know why. I don't think she watches me, but she's aware of my YouTube. And I have a lot of family that watch me. And if you're watching me, I love you. But if she is watching me, I love you, Gigi. Okay, so that was random. But what's new, right? So Aquarius, I was shuffling, but I wasn't focused on your energy, but I will tell you I had a card come out, and so I'll take note of it. Aquarius, the card that came out was Reputation. All right, so that may be highlighted this upcoming week. And then you have here, Complexity. Well, Aquarius, you are probably one of the most complex zodiac signs out there. And I would say most of your cross watchers would agree with that. But this is talking about contradictions, irritations, things that puzzle you, confusion, things that make you curious as well. It's also a very transformative energy, right? It's a very educational energy. There might be something to learn here this week. All right, so keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. Let's see. And then you have the Lovers, which is talking about a choice in love or commitments for some of you in love. To me, the Lovers is a very interesting card, and it depends on what tarot deck you're using as to what meaning it has. But essentially, what the story talks about is having to give up something that you love because it's not in your highest good, or you have to give up something to gain something. It's a very complex nature to the Lovers card. Also represents Gemini. Some of you could be dealing with a Gemini. And think about the complexity of a Gemini as well, you know, the twins, right? It's like on one hand this, but on the other hand this. So I feel that energy here. Okay, I think there's a complex situation at hand this upcoming week. All right, it's not as cut and dry as you think, or something to do with that. Okay, so you have Judgment here. The Queen of Cups. The Ace of Wands. Nice. Except I don't really care for the Queen of Cups in this deck. This Queen of Cups in this deck is kind of resentful. Okay, so Aquarius, if that's you, you need to make the decision to let the resentment go. Okay. Especially if you've been holding on to that resentment. And some of you definitely have a person here or a situation that you've held on to some hurt feelings about, or you've held on to the hurt feelings for so long it's becoming resentment. And that's an issue. Okay, so I think there's a decision here to let that go. Or it could be someone feeling that way about you as well. Now, most people don't think about Aquarius as being the type to hold on to things or grudges because they're an air sign, but Aquarius is also a fixed sign, so they can definitely hold on to things. Okay. But I think most of you are making the decision to let that go or need to make that decision. There's new energy coming through with the Ace of Wands. So if you've been feeling a lack of energy, there's new energy coming, and thank goodness, right? There's new passion here as well being highlighted this week. So Aquarius, like, I can't even express how much that I feel this message. And it could be you, or you could be dealing with someone like this. If it's not you that's holding on to this resentment, it's more than likely a Libra or a water sign. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But I could see it both ways. Like, it's a very judgmental. It's very like almost vengeful to a very negative degree. Yeah. And you're going to be freed from that this week, or you're going to free someone else from that. Oh my gosh, the Seven of Swords. Oh, somebody's about to get called out this week. Oh, no, 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 no. It's going to be called out. What is it? Three of Cups, King of Swords. This just gave me so much anxiety. You have no idea. So, Judgment, Seven of Swords. Queen of Cups versus the King of Swords. Ace of Wands, Three of Cups. So I'm going to tell you the most obvious message. And then there's a couple other messages that may resonate with some of you. But there's a duel here. Like, it's water versus air, I feel, for a lot of you. But, you know, like, it's vengeance versus detachment. And don't, you know, even though the King of Swords is showing up as the victor here, that's a lose-lose situation. So don't go there. Because when you fight negative energy with negative energy, you are going to get a very complex situation that doesn't result in anybody's favor. Aquarius, you need to hear that. So don't be fighting fire with fire, so to speak. Because I feel like if there has been lies or deceit, that's going to be called out, or somebody's making a judgment call on that, you know. Like, the truth is coming out here. There will be no cover-up anymore. There will be no facade. It's like the cold, hard truth. But at the same time, you want to know what's really funny, and you know what makes the situation really, really complex and a little juicy? As you would think that that would bring about a very negative outcome. But in fact, what it brings about is a new beginning and a reconciliation. So if you've had, but I think it's because you change up the energy. So for some of you, if you have, you know, been having this, like, well, you want to be mad, I'll be mad, you know, like, if you want to be resentful, I'll show you I don't care, you know, and it's just like created more and more and more emotional turmoil over time. And it's become quite a complex situation over time, right? But there's a breakthrough this week, and coming together, or an understanding of the situation, if nothing else. Oh, you got a card fly. Yeah. Let's see. Queen of Swords. This is the mediator. This is a mediation type of energy here. So I'm going to give you the same caution that I had for you last week, Aquarius, because I felt like that would be really easy to push you to say something that you would later regret. And I do feel that urge here again. But I think that, you know, you are starting to realize that playing that game does not bring about the outcomes that you want, just more bullshit, you know, more facades, more games. You don't want that anymore. You're going to turn your back on that. You're being encouraged to turn your back on that. Like, stop convoluting the situation, not playing into this issue here. This person is coming to that same exact realization that being resentful or holding all this emotion in or being even manipulative is not going to bring about anything different than what's already been brought about, and what's been brought about is nothing to be bragged about. And it breaks the energy up so that there's a new passion here. Some of you are going to leave that situation alone so that you can have new creative ventures, so you can reconcile with someone else possibly, or surround yourself with people that are supportive of you, as opposed to wasting your time and energy on people that can't tell the truth, can't say what's on their mind, always got to be passive aggressive, always wants you to come forward first, doesn't want to be truthful. You've had it with that situation, or you've come to understand that situation, as complex as it is for some of you. And then here we go. New beginnings, reconciliation. This could be with a person from the past or someone you have past history with. 6 of Cups. So, like, the best resolution here is to stop with the contradictions here, or to not engage in conflict, not engage in that. Be very direct, which you don't have a problem with that. But I think this person has a problem being direct with you, and that's what always throws it off. But it can be vice versa. It's like, say what you feel, mean it. Okay, it's fine. Or you could continue to lie, or whatever this cover up over a decision, and I'll just turn my back. It's a big decision. Okay. So that's the strongest message I'm getting. For some of you, there's 3 people here. So that's the majority. Now there's a small group here where there's a 3rd person. You have a couple here and then a person on the outskirts of it that's very resentful. Whether that's you're the 3rd person, or your person has someone involved, or your person's person. I don't know. But there's clearly 2 people of the same energy here, and then someone on the outside who's like not happy for that, not happy with that, but they prefer to hold resentment or stalk or watch from afar or whatever. And I think if that's the case and it's a 3rd party, then you're best to turn your back on that, as opposed to like overcomplicating the situation. What you're trying to avoid is overcomplicating the situation. You want a clean break, you want a new start, you want people around you that support you, and yeah. But what you might get is someone from the past that wants to put you in a 3rd party. So watch for that, This is a complex freaking reading, as all 12 zodiac signs have been so far. 11, because I haven't done Pisces yet. But like I seriously could continue to go on with this reading. There's so many different messages. There's so many different groups of you here. It's complicated. That's what I would title this reading if I was titling it. And this could be in any area. You could have someone like in the work environment who's resentful of you for some reason, but things are going okay in your relationship, or this could all be in relationship where there's a third party that's resentful, or this could be all within you where you're resentful but also wanting to cut that off and have a new beginning. So like seriously, you're going to have to use your own intuition on this one, guys, because it's complex. All right. I do like that there's a possible new connection here or celebration to be had. Okay, so that's cool. Could be doing with another air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. That's all I'm seeing is air and water. But it could be any sign. Pisces. Hi, B-Babs. See ya. See you next live. All right. Pisces. Pisces. Tell a story after? I don't know if I have energy to tell a story. But if I do, I will. Because God knows I have many. Pisces. No, I don't want that one yet. Pisces. It is taking a lot out of me today. I don't know why. Well, I did 2 readings before I even went live. And usually I will either do a live, but nothing else, or at maximum 3 readings a day. After that, I get exhausted. So I've done 2 readings and I've been live for 2.5 hours. So I'm just like, I'm done today. Like for real, I'm done. Thanks for the $20, Candy. Appreciate you. All right, so Pisces, appreciate you, girl. 8th house of intimacy and the moon, which is your energy in the upright. So I do like that. So this is all about your more mysterious side. You know, Pisces is a very mysterious sign, I feel. I just feel like Pisces have a lot of layers to them, you know. So I feel that here it could be talking about your more sexual side, your more intense side for some of you. For others of you, it's about like secrets, your Kundalini energy. It could be a stalking vibe for some of you, whether it's you or someone else. So watch that. And then you have the moon here, which is your dreams. So, okay, like first of all, be careful about escapism this week because you may really, really, really want to go there. You know, you may really want to introvert. You may really want to go into like escapism type of vibes, right? This is saying careful with that. Some of you may want to go into your more shadow side, your more naughty side, you know, I don't know. So be careful with that as well. We all have dark and light in us, okay? And it's okay to be in your dark side. I know it's controversial to say it, but it's okay. But don't live there, right? But don't ignore it. It's part of who you are. So 5 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, the Tower. There could be some conflict this week within the work environment in particular, or like a competitive type of nature, or just a lot of demands. Okay, if it's not within work, it could be within the family or home environment. There's some instability here, especially with this Tower, right? So this is saying, I get it. Like, I get why you want to escape into your imagination, into isolation for some of you. If you've got all this going on, like maybe family drama or drama in the workplace or inner conflict, if nothing else, or like some unstable vibes, right? It could be easy to just be like, I don't want to deal with that right now. So let's see, what's up with that? I got the 6 of Swords in almost every single reading. I just noticed that. Then you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Fool. So needing to distance yourself here, Pisces, from things that could bring about conflict this week, because it's high likely in your energy, all right? So I feel like, yeah, focus on yourself, focus on the task at hand, stay in your own lane. Avoid, avoid, avoid. That's what I feel you're going to do or you need to do. The Wheel of Fortune here is, there's definitely divine timing going on this upcoming week. Major shifts and changes that's outside of your control. And I know that sounds scary, but at the same time, it results in the Fool, which is a new beginning here. So oftentimes false foundations or things that don't serve us or people that don't serve us get eclipsed out of our lives, or things become unstable in that situation so that we can bring new energy into it. I definitely am going to clarify this even further because this is intense energy. This also could represent, that, like, don't be too impulsive this week to make any snap judgments or decisions, because you really, really, really might rock some foundations unintentionally by doing that. So I wanted to know what the Tower was. I got the 10 of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. Some of you, this is a marriage that's getting ready to break up. I'm sorry, that's not going to be for all of you, but if you're in that. Okay, if you've had instability within your marriage, you have a home together, it could be something is about to change in a major way, or a breakup is here, okay? And if that is you, it's you. It's not a shock, because it's been coming for a long time, I feel. All right? For others of you, thank you, Unicorn Time. Oh, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. And the $9.99. Sorry. Pisces, if that's your group, then it's your group. There could be someone outside of you. This might not even be you. You might be on the outside of a relationship breaking up. And I don't know. I just don't feel like you really want anything to do with it. To be honest with you. There's definitely a faulty foundation here with the Queen and King of Pentacles. There's a faulty foundation here. For others of you, I just feel a sense of like not being able to see eye to eye with someone, okay? And there is a massive shift in consciousness in the way you see each other coming this upcoming week. And it could arise out of a dispute or conflict or a petty conflict, but it actually results in something good. 10 of Cups, a new beginning to try again, to really build a more stable foundation. It's a positive change, okay? I'm getting a lot of relationship stuff. But there also could be, like I said, family. This could be involving like family drama or work for some of you as well. And I know I didn't pull this many cards for everybody else, but this is really intense. And I have not done the mid-February reading for Pisces just yet, so I don't really have a frame of reference. King of Swords. There's way too many people here. Strength card. Can you see that? So Pisces, I feel like, oh gosh, there's a lot of people involved into the situation. Okay, so I feel like for a lot of you, like I said, this is either like at work where there's a lot of different opinions, a lot of different people involved, or this is within family, or there's like, yeah, like people interceding on the situation, having an opinion about your life, I feel, and make what decisions you should make or something to do with that. And you just want to escape it all. I feel you don't want to deal with this. Like, I feel like if it's family drama, you want to be left the hell out of it, even though you're kind of watching from the sidelines, like a relationship go through major changes, or like other people going through conflict. And for some reason, I feel like you're the bystander. Like, like, I don't feel this big surge that this is, that, that you want any involvement in it. And I don't know why. I mean, I know why. I wouldn't want involvement in that either. But it's very complex. Very complex. You want new beginnings, emotional fulfillment. That's what I feel. You want to escape into your more dreamy side, your shadow side, your isolated side. Yeah. So if you're not the bystander and you're directly involved in this, and I don't feel that for a lot of you because you're not even showing up in your own reading, it's a bunch of other people that are showing up in your reading. But if you are directly involved in this, I think somebody's come in between a relationship here, whether intimate or platonic, trying to cause instability, trying to cause problems, trying to cause conflict. You may have emotionally distanced yourself, or you need to. Karma will play out without you having to intercede. And you end up getting a new beginning out of this, an emotional fulfillment. So if there is someone interceding here, it's not going to, yeah, it's going to cause change, but it's almost like you come out the winning end. If you're the person interceding in someone else's relationship, you are going to get the karma back. So FYI, careful. If you're trying to break up a marriage, or you're a third person to someone else's dynamic and you're purposely trying to cause issue, it will backfire so badly. So that's a big caution. I don't know what to tell you, Pisces. That was intense. Vice versa, like I said, whoever the person is that's interceding, they're gonna get karma. Period. Okay. This could be like, if it's intimate, this is someone who's sexually attracted to one of the people here. All right, so I keep going again, but I can't because going on 3 hours. Oh my gosh. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus is showing up. Aries is showing up. Scorpio, Pisces, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Leo. Those are the predominant zodiac signs. I hope it resonated with you. Please do let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for joining me today. Carmen, I know you wanted a funny story, but I really don't have one. I mean, I do, but I can't think. Like, my brain is not thinking correctly right now. I really didn't do much this past week because I've not been feeling up to it. Like, usually I put myself out there. Thanks, Monica. Thank you for the 19.99. Oh, God, the foot fetish guy came back. What username did he use this time? I get some weird people in here. First of all, I don't have good looking feet, so you're going to be really disappointed. Same one. I don't remember what his username was. Oh, Mighty Joe. Well, I don't understand how Mighty Joe came back when I blocked him. Does it not block them forever? It only blocks them for a small period of time? Great. Or maybe he made another account. I don't know. I don't care. But I just ignore it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for showing up today. I really appreciate it. If you're new to me, thanks for hanging out. Please do subscribe and check out my other videos. And I'm wishing you guys the best. I'm going to go eat and relax and enjoy the rest of my Sunday. So until next time, my friends, namaste.